Hey, what is up heroes? Hope you're all having a good day. Today I wanted to go over and share with you the recent news we got for Digimon Survive from the Famitsu interview with the producer and series producer of the game. I'm not going to embarrass myself and try and pronounce their names because I'm going to fail 100%, so I'll chuck it on screen right now. So before we get into the news, I just want to say I'm going to start covering all the news we get for this game because since the trailer dropped, it's got me so hyped every time I hear a little bit of new information. If you don't know what Digimon Survive is, it's the brand new Digimon game coming out next year, which looks phenomenal. If you haven't already, I'd recommend checking out the trailer because it just looks so very good. So with all that said, let's get into this juicy news, and boy, is it juicy. So firstly, the two were asked if they could explain the game driving concepts and its development. And one of them said that the Digimon games have primarily had two series. You had Digimon Stories, we recently had CyberSleuth and Hacker's Memories, which were both very good games, and Digimon World, which again we just had next order. It went Digimon Story, then Digimon World, then back to Story. So I was assuming we're going to have Digimon World again, but Digimon Survive is a brand new series which arose from the desire to implement a concept from the anime into the game. And that is Digivolution stems from the bond of Digimon being with humans. So usually in Digimon Story and Digimon World, you'd raise your Digimon up and it would digivolve through, certain stats and leveling up. But now it seems like maybe more the progress through the game, that bond you get with your Digimon just from, the love or story progression. It could just be leveling up still again. But it seems like they're going to change the way how your Digimon's going to digivolve in-game compared to Digimon Story and World. And it's all going to come into how much love you get with your Digimon. So it could potentially be like how Mass Effect is, where you can, certain decisions, can impact the relationship of your crew members. It could be something like that, if I say, oh, I'm going to, kill this guy, my Digimon might not like that. But if I have a different Digimon who's kind of evil, he might go, oh yes, I like that, and then the more bond we build of our Digimon, the more it will digivolve. So I'm liking the sound of that so far, if that is the way it goes. Then the series producer went on to say that the adventure portion of the game has a simple, light feeling playstyle that allows the player to experience the story without much difficulty, which, sometimes the Digimon games can get a little bit hard. I wouldn't say they're massively difficult, but sometimes you got points in the actual Digimon games where you're going to have to grind a lot. I kind of felt that Digimon World, there's some parts of the game where if you take a wrong turn, the Digimon are super powerful and they will destroy you, so you kind of got to plan your journeys carefully. But from the sound of this, you can casually get through the game, which, because this game kind of seems like it's going to be more story-based, isn't the worst thing in the world. Because sometimes having a hard game is nice, but just having that game with a good story that's just nice to breeze through, a nice kind of casual experience, is always good to have as well. But the thing I like that he said is that the battle portion is like a simple tactical RPG, which to me it kind of looks like Final Fantasy Tactics if you played that, or I don't know if you guys have played Pokemon Conquest. It kind of looks it's going to a bit like that, which to me is absolutely fine because I do love those sort of games. But the driving concept was allowing players to experience the charm of Digimon through a system players might already be familiar with. And again, if you played Final Fantasy Tactics or Conquest, that sort of that sort of RPG game, I feel like you're going to just have a lot of fun with this. So the next question that was asked was, what role does Digimon Survive play in relation to the other games? And the series producer said that they're developing a new Digimon story alongside this game. So to me, that's really awesome news because I don't know what I like more, Digimon Story or Digimon World, but just in case I don't like Digimon Survive, because I can't say I'm going to like it, because I haven't played it yet. I mean, it looks fantastic. I feel like I'm going to like it. I can't wait to, dive into it. But getting another Digimon Story game right now, so if you're not looking forward to this game, you just want to play Digimon Story or Digimon World, you can look forward to that. Because I know, for example, a lot of people aren't looking forward to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but they have said they're working on Pokemon Generation 8, the next main series core game alongside that. So it's kind of similar to that. So if you're not looking forward to Survive, you got a new Digimon Story coming soon, and I don't know if it will continue on from the CyberSleuth series. I kind of hope that, I don't really want to say too much because it will spoil Hacker's Memory, but there's something they could do with Hacker's Memory, and I kind of hope it plays off of that. But again, we'll see in the future. So anyway, getting back to the answer, he said that they're releasing Digimon Survive before they're giving everyone Digimon Story, and they would really like it if people do enjoy Digimon Story, so it can become a third series altogether. So instead of just getting a Digimon Story game, then a Digimon World game, we'd get a Digimon Story, World, Survive, probably in that order. I don't know if it will go, Story, World, Survive, or maybe we might go Story, World, Survive, I don't know, World, Survive, Story, kind of like that. I don't know, we'll see. But having 3 different series on a franchise, to me, is always awesome. Like, the more series we get, the more games, I'm happy either way, and that is really good news to me. So on to the next question. They said, we heard that choices will bear some weight in this game. In what way will they affect the story? And this is what I kind of got the idea when I said about Mass Effect, how maybe if you have different Digimon, if you'd be evil, the eviler Digimon will digivolve and get that bond with you. That's kind of where I got this idea from, because they said in the adventure portion of the game, the player can move from area to area and interact with the characters there. There the player can advance the story by checking objects and gathering information. Over the course of the game, the protagonists will also find themselves in situations where they have to make choices, and based on those choices, the story will change. Characters may even die due to the player's choice. In making this game, we found that we can do a lot more than the anime would have allowed. The choices-centric system really emphasized the tension the games come with having to survive. So, to me, multiple choice options are awesome. Like, I love Detroit, I love the Telltale games, but rest in peace Telltale. If you haven't heard the news, it's sad news. But anyway, dude, this is so cool. Multiple choices. Because if I remember correctly, playing through like CyberSleuth, we did get a few choices, but it didn't affect the story. It was just the dialogue would change ever so slightly. But this sounds like, it's gonna be massive changes. Like, characters can die. That's how drastic it's gonna get, and that really interests me and excites me a lot. And I'm just thinking right now, if I get a character I really love, I've got to try and keep them alive, and if they die, it's gonna break my heart. But this kind of makes me think I want to play through this game multiple times, because like CyberSleuth and Digimon World, I didn't really fancy playing through the games again. Like, I really enjoyed them, but there was no really need to go back for a second playthrough. But with this game, I feel like, yeah, we can go an evil route maybe, we can go a good route, and we can go a neutral route. Like, so many different things we can do, and that really excites me. So, following up on that question, they asked, does that mean there are multiple endings? And the producer said, yeah, due to the sheer number of choices the player will have to make over the course of the game, and because he said sheer number of choices, that means there's going to be a lot of choices we can make. We can accomplish what some might expect out of a game with multiple endings. The scenario unfolds as you play the game, and right now we're working with about 3 routes, though we're thinking that if we can, we'd like to add an extra one. So, you're probably going to have a bad ending, and a normal ending, and a good ending, I'm guessing. And if they want to add like an extra one, maybe like a true ending, that's what in my head I'm picturing right now. So, to me, this is, this game is screaming multiple playthroughs, and just the fact that we're going to have, choices and different outcomes gets me even more excited for this game. It really does. So, going on to the next question, it says, does the battle portion of the game change at all according to the player's choices? And they said, yes, depending on the player's choices, enemies and allies' statuses may change. Your choices may impact a battle's victory condition as well. So, this is pretty awesome. It sounds like if you want, you can be a bad guy, and if you want, you can be a good guy, and maybe in between, I don't know. I kind of feel like being a bad guy, because sometimes being a bad guy is super fun, but it's nice to know as well, like, if going through the story, you can obviously change the story with your choices, but it's not just that. If you be evil, the gameplay is going to change a little bit, because then you can actually fight the good guys. So, you might fight, I don't know, let's just say, for example, you fight Devimon if you're good, and if you're bad, you might fight Greymon, for example, just something like that. It's going to change the gameplay, the story. It's going to feel like kind of like a new experience if you go different routes. So far this game is sounding brilliant. I keep going on about how good this game's going to be, but I'm just excited, I really am. So the next question says, how exactly does Digivolution happen in battle? So in battles, Digimon will digivolve by consuming quote-unquote energy. By the end of the battle, your Digimon will have reverted back to Agumon. The player's choices also determine which Digivolutions are available. This can lead to an advantage or disadvantage depending on the enemy's attributes. As such, choices are key to victory in this game. So, unlike World and Story, you know, when you digivolve your Digimon, it stays as that, like walking around with you and stuff. This one, it seems like you're always going to have your rookie form, and obviously consuming energy. I'm assuming each turn you'll get a bit of energy, maybe knocking out a Digimon, you'll get some more energy. You know, the longer the battle goes on, the more energy you'll get. And again, depending on your choices, you know, you can maybe get Augment to like Skull Greymon or Greymon. It's gonna be pretty awesome, and I'm assuming there's gonna be many more evolutions you can have. So obviously you want to digivolve into whatever's best to defeat your enemy, because it says different attributes. So obviously something's gonna be super effective, something's gonna be super weak. Just gonna have to see what Digimon you're battling and go from there. But the fact that you can change in battle, not just go, okay, I'm gonna have this team got their ultimate forms for the whole game. You can change it on the fly. It's gonna be pretty sweet. So the next question I think is probably gonna be important for a lot of people, but that is how many Digimon are gonna be in the game, including Digivolutions. And they said the total is somewhere around 100, maybe a little bit more. They said that might seem a bit small compared to some of the recent games, like you know, Story had a lot, you know, because the emphasis was on catching and collecting a lot of Digimon. For Survive though, they put a lot of emphasis on depicting the drama between the player and their partner Digimon. So in that sense, the core concept behind the games differs from most of other Digimon games. In short, we didn't attach too much importance to the number of Digimon. More than anything, we prioritized including Digimon that suited the game's atmosphere and world. The game's setting is less digital and more focused on places like nature-rich ruins on an uninhabited island, for instance. To that end, we tried to have the Digimon match that setting. So it kind of seems like, you know, obviously the Digimon are going to be, there's going to be a lot less Digimon than Story and World, but it's going to be, instead of just going, okay, I'm playing Digimon Story and World, just going to have all these Digimon, just this and that. You know, you don't really care about them too much. It's kind of the bond you personally make, you know, yourself, not in-game character. But it seems like your in-game character is going to have that bigger bond with these Digimon, as obviously because it plays a big part in the game. And I'm fine with having a small amount of Digimon, because I mean, to me, over 100 is still quite a lot. You know, it depends how big the game's going to be, because CyberSleuth it's a big game, but there's not much exploration. It depends if we can explore a lot in this game. Like World, there was quite a lot of exploration, and there was quite a lot of Digimon in that game as well. But to me, having just over 100 is quite fun. You don't want to get overwhelmed, but then again, you don't want to get underwhelmed. It kind of depends what Digimon they have, because everyone's got their favourites, and if the favourites aren't included, then people are going to get upset. For example, if I can't get Vmon, if I can't get my Flame Dramon or my Magnamon, I'm going to be a little bit sad, I'm not going to lie. But there are plenty of Digimon I do like. I mean, if my favourite's not on there, be a bit upsetting, but as long as I got a couple I do like, you know, I'm going to be fine. Like, I know they got Agumon, you know, although he's just like, you know, the staple mascot for Digimon. I do love Agumon, so it's all good for me. Just I feel like that answer, it's good to know how we're gonna get, you know, some Digimon, not as many as Story, but that's something that we need to kind of wait for more information on, because you can't really judge how many Digimon are going to be until they've kind of set that in stone, because they said maybe some more, and we don't know what Digimon are going to be in yet, so if the Digimon matches the setting, so we'll have to wait and see. So, on to the last question. They asked, do you have anything to say about the future of the Digimon games? And they said that they're hoping the game's uniqueness will help the Digimon franchise last long into the future, because Digimon is a series with an incredibly large amount of content, you know, from the anime to the toys. It does get confusing and may be hard for people unfamiliar with the franchise to get into the series. Since it's a video game though, somebody can play it and still have a good time even though they know nothing about Digimon, and I like to keep making things like that. And they said that they hope Digimon Survive, when it comes out, makes people happy. They're working on the game in all earnest, and we hope that you'll continue to support the series. So to me, that's good. So if you haven't played, you know nothing about Digimon, you can come into Survive and still enjoy your time. Like for me, for example, when I jumped into Story in Digimon World, like I love Digimon, but when I grew up with Digimon, I stopped watching at season 3, because when you just kind of grow out of it and you come back into it, kind of like Pokemon, I stopped watching during Generation 4, but you know, I'm still loving Pokemon now. And when I came into Digimon Story and World, I was a bit overwhelmed with the amount of Digimon, and like so many Digimon I didn't know, because I'd never watched like season 4 or the fusion stuff. No idea what was going on. I still don't know, to be honest. I just really thought World and Story were good games. Like, I really like the story, I like the gameplay, and like the Digimon I did know, and I you know, I loved using them. Like, you know, I might be just using the, I don't know if you call them generations, but you know, the Digimon from season 1, 2 and 3, I'll just be using them because that's what I'm familiar with, and I still enjoyed my time with it. And I'm guessing because they're making it for this game, that if you haven't played it, you can still enjoy it. I'm still going to enjoy this game, even if there's a lot of Digimon I don't know and characters I don't know about. So all in all, that interview I think was really good. The questions asked gave us a lot of information about the game, and it just gets me more and more excited for it. I don't think the game's got a release date just yet. It's just 2019. The past 3 Digimon games have always come out like that February, January time. I think like CyberSleuth came out 2015, World came out 2016 February, then Hacker's Memory came out February 2017. Or was it this year, 2018? I think it was 2016, 2017, 2018, not 2015. But I think if it was going to come out January, February time, like Q1 of 2019, we would have a release date already. So I'm thinking we're going to get this game maybe in the summertime, maybe even like next winter. Because it still feels like, because they're working on maybe another ending, still, you know, working on Digimon and stuff, what to put in the game. I think it's still a couple of months away. And at least we know they're working on a Digimon Story game, which I'm going to guess is going to come out maybe 2020, around January, February time. We'll see though, we'll see. I can't really jump to conclusions too much. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to know more Digimon Survive news, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.